What's your name, dude?
Certified Turtle.
Are you out your fucking mind? Get him out of here, man. Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're still going to continue to talk about the match between Barcelona and Real Madrid because I'm just still hyped. I'm still so stimulated by this win. I know that some of you guys did not watch the game and you guys want me to speak about the match in a much greater detail because in the previous video, we were talking about the match but in a very broad view. In this video, we are going to go minute by minute. I mean, not exactly minute by minute, but we're going to go through the first half and the second half and then give my overall review of this game so you guys can know exactly what were the highlights. I'm also going to give my own thoughts on who were the top performers for tonight. It's going to be a very exciting video. I hope you guys do enjoy this one. If you guys are brand new Barcelona fans, and yes, I said that correctly. If you guys are brand new Barcelona fans, because I don't blame you. I know that Barcelona is doing very well, and this era of Hansi Flick is going to birth many new Barcelona fans. But if you are a new Barcelona fan, or if you are a Barcelona fan already and you happen to stumble upon this YouTube video, please feel free to subscribe, like this video, support this YouTube channel, because this is where we do talk about everything regarding FC Barcelona. So welcome, and once again, enjoy this video. So here's going to be the first few things I want to say. Thierry Henry, a few years ago, stated this: all European clubs are afraid of Real Madrid, but Madrid is afraid of FC Barcelona, which is very true. When you speak about the teams like, let's just say for example, City, Inter Milan, Liverpool, Dortmund especially, all of these European teams, they are afraid of Real Madrid, which I understand, because if you look at the results historically, usually Real Madrid do come out on top. They are just simply afraid of Madrid, and that's it. But the moment Barcelona step in and they have to face Madrid, it is always a different story. Now, you can say, but Kevin, look at what happened in the past 4 years. You're wrong. Real Madrid have been very dominant and they have beaten Barcelona multiple times in the past 4 years. Well, yes, it's true. But here's the thing. When you do have a true Barcelona, okay, a collective Barcelona, the type of Barcelona that we see today under Hansi, Real Madrid do end up being afraid. And we saw that today at the Santiago Bernabéu, not at Barcelona's home stadium, but at the Santiago Bernabéu, and Madrid were very much afraid of Barcelona. Regardless whether Barcelona bought a brand new player from Europe or we have the youngsters like Lamine Yamal, Cubarsí, Alejandro Balde, Madrid in the end, they will be scared and they will fall to their knees when they see Barcelona in a much more dominant state. Not even the media could have helped Real Madrid. The media could not scare FC Barcelona and its players. Because look, Real Madrid and the media, they sold us lies. And this idea that this team that Madrid is about to assemble this season was going to be unstoppable and that they're going to win everything. The whole world said Real Madrid is going to be dominating La Liga for the next 6 years minimum. Barcelona will never win La Liga. But fast forward 4 months later, Barcelona is 6 points above Real Madrid. They are in first place, dominating every team. And Barcelona stepped in and they said, you know what? We're going to be taking a stance on this. We do not care if Barcelona signed Kylian Mbappe. Even Fermin Lopez said this. Go look at the quote. Fermin Lopez did say, Real Madrid signing Mbappe does not bring us any fear. It does not change a single thing. So I do love everything in regards to this brand new Barcelona. In terms of the youngsters, how we do play, how exciting we are, the fact that we want to continue to score more goals, even though it may be 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, it does not matter. This is a brand new Barcelona that I also do think, I know it might sound strange, but I also do think it's only at 65% of its potential. We can get so much better from here. And overall, I'm just very happy to see how we dealt with the month of October. This October was very special for us. We started off with a 5-0 win against Young Boys, and then a 3-0 win against Alaves, a 5-1 win against Sevilla, a 4-1 win against Bayern Munich, and a 4-0 win against Real Madrid. And in the past 3 matches, looking at how we faced against Madrid, Bayern, and Sevilla, we have scored a total of 13 goals while the opposition only scored 2. So this was a month to remember. So now let's move on towards the game. And we started off on the second minute where Kylian Mbappe did fire the ball wide, but it was considered offside anyways, right? Because the defensive line of Barcelona were already on top of their things. It was the first offside of many. And during the game, we clearly started to see Real Madrid assemble a 4-4-2 formation with Mbappe and Vini up front. The four-man midfield was Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Bellingham, and Valverde. So it was a flat 4-4-2. And one of the ways Real Madrid wanted to tackle Barcelona was by having Lunin assemble many long balls to either Mbappe or Vini. That was their game plan, as expected. If it was not the goalkeeper, it was Camavinga feeding those long balls to Mbappe and Vini and make those runs behind the defensive line. Luckily for us, like I've said, Barcelona is well drilled when it comes to the offside trap. It takes a lot of discipline and a lot of focus to implement this correctly, because let me tell you guys something. This whole offside trap thing, it was also done by Xavi Hernandez. But the thing is though, I don't know if you guys remember back in January when we were having that match between Barcelona and Real Madrid caught us poorly executing the offside trap, and Koundé was the one that did not step in correctly, and we conceded goals very easy like that. Our offside trap was horrible. It was horribly trained by Xavi Hernandez, but under Hansi Flick, it's a much different story. He understands these players and the players do understand him. So this whole offside trap thing is nothing new. We just know how to manage it much better. So then came the 14th minute where we saw Camavinga pass the ball to Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe takes the ball down the left flank. He makes it cross to Bellingham. Bellingham gets the tap in, but then Peña blocks that shot by Bellingham. But even if Bellingham were to score that goal that Peña did save, it would have counted as offside anyways because Mbappe was offside. Then came the 18th minute. Mbappe makes it run behind Kubarsi. The moment Bellingham was about to pass it to Mbappe, Kubarsi steps forward, which did make Mbappe offside. Now once again, even if Mbappe was onside and Kubarsi did not step forward, he ended up passing it to Vinicius, and Vinicius just misses the shot horribly. Then came the 21st minute. Raphinha takes a shot from outside the box. He could have passed it towards Alejandro Balde because Alejandro Balde was wide open on the left side, and Raphinha fails to accurately to take the shot, and it went over the goalkeeper. 3 minutes later, Vinicius takes a shot, but it goes wide yet again, very similar to how Kylian Mbappe missed his first big opportunity. It went down the left side, but the ball yet again hits the net. And I do not know if this had to do anything with like nerves or like they were nervous, but Vinicius and Mbappe, they were missing so many times. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but those type of opportunities that Vinicius and Mbappe were getting, even though they were offside, we already knew that even if they were onside, Mbappe and Vini were not clinical in this game. They just looked nervous. Even Camavinga, another player that got an opportunity very similar to Mbappe and Vinicius, also shoots out wide. Bellingham, a couple of minutes later, tries to shoot, and he also shoots out wide, and he slips with the ball. I'm like, bro, what's going on here? First Bellingham, then Camavinga, then Vinicius, then Mbappe. Do they even want to score? Mbappe eventually got the goal, supposedly, right, on the 30th minute, but then Mbappe was called offside because Kubarsi, yet again, timed his run perfectly. And so overall, I would say that it was a very even match. Barcelona did see some opportunities, of course, Madrid too, and it did seem like Real Madrid looked dangerous in the first half, but that is because the ref took so long to call the offsides by either Mbappe or Vini. And then we saw Barcelona's offside trap. It was working wonders. I do think that one thing was missing though, Barcelona's attack. Our attacking performance was very average. It was not bad, but it was not really good either. And in a Clásico match, you have to be really good in the attack. Lamine Yamal, Raphinha, and Lewandowski could have done much better in the first 45 minutes. They should have gotten much more involved. I don't know what was going on. I'm like, bro, let's finish this, right? Like, let's not get too nervous. Let's not die down now, right? So the job is not done. Yes, we scored 4 goals against Bayern and 5 goals against Sevilla, but the job is not done. That is what I was thinking in the first 45 minutes. And that was the only thing Barcelona was missing. And so I was thinking like, okay, if Hansi Flick can just unlock the attack, because the defense was all right. We were on point on the offside trap, but if he can unlock the attack in the second half, it's game over for Real Madrid. And in the last 10 minutes of the first half, you can just understand, right, that Madrid wanted the first goal. Barcelona also wanted the first goal, but nothing happened. And we started to see a lot of fouls take place. I believe that one of the biggest positives we could get away from the 45 minutes is that Casado and Pedri were fantastic in the first 45 minutes. They always seemed like they were much more superior to Real Madrid's 4 total midfielders. Always. They were more dominant than Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Bellingham, and Valverde. Yes, you heard that right. Casado and Pedri, 2 players who were not even considered as world class according to the football world. But Pedri and Casado showed more personality, more confidence, and they were superior, which is what leveled Barcelona in the first 45 minutes. So in the second half, Frenkie de Jong comes in. It was much more of a tactical change. There was nothing wrong with Fermin Lopez. Everybody was thinking, did Fermin Lopez get injured? But no, Fermin Lopez went to the bench. He did look frustrated because he knew that he could have done better. And so Frenkie came in for Fermin, which meant that Pedri went to the number 10 position, and then our double pivot was Frenkie and Casado. And this is what Hansi Flick had to say about the changes in the second half. It was one change. It was important to show them how to defend. We pressed differently. That was very important. We also had more control of the ball as a result. So let me explain what he did mean by that in that last sentence when he said we had more control of the ball. Barcelona needed a connector behind the attack, behind Lamine, behind Lewandowski, and behind Raphinha. That is why Hansi Flick said, I'm going to be placing Pedri in a more advanced position just for this game and take Fermin Lopez out and have Pedri as the number 10. Because if you want to involve Lewandowski and Yamal more, you put Pedri behind them. Fermin Lopez is good, but good in open spaces. And within the context of this game, Real Madrid closed down very well in the middle. And that is where you get Fermin Lopez being very ineffective, right? He was not effective at all. This was much more of a game for Pedri, not Fermin Lopez, which is the reason why, again, Hansi Flick made that change. And if you guys are wondering, how did Frankie de Jong perform? He did really well playing next to Casado. He had a 35 out of 36 pass accurate rate, which was 97%. One pass into the final third, 38 touches, 2 out of 2 accurate long balls, 1 out of 1 tackles were won, 1 out of 3 ground duels were won. So he was really decent. So then came the 51st minute, and Lamine Yamal was trying to catch Lunin when he was off the goal and off his line, but it didn't work. He did miss. He was supposed to pass it to Raphinha because Raphinha was open, so it's very similar to what Raphinha was supposed to do with Balde, but he ended up shooting it. So I'm like, what's going on here, right? Like, why didn't Raphinha pass the ball to Balde, or why didn't Lamine Yamal pass the ball to Raphinha? Like, were they starting to become selfish? But then came the 54th minute, and this is where Barcelona took the stance because they saw Real Madrid very tired. Even Lamine Yamal said, to be honest, after the first half, we noticed that Madrid's players were very tired, so we decided to push hard. So on the 54th minute, Casado made an amazing through pass, right? An amazing through pass to Lewandowski. Lewandowski was not offside. Vasquez tried to make Lewandowski offside by stepping forward, but it was bad timing coming from Vasquez. Hansi could not even believe it. He thought that Lewandowski was offside, which is why he was holding on to his celebration. But then Lewandowski ends up scoring the first goal, and then Hansi Flick was just so excited. He was excited because we finally got the 1-0, and we saw Casado once again showing up for Barcelona's first goal. What an amazing central defensive midfielder. I also want to say one other thing about this whole thing, right? I want to stop talking about this game just for a second and speak about Casado. The fact that Casado is slowly becoming starting 11 material. I no longer believe that for the next 2 seasons at the very least, Barcelona need to invest in a central defensive midfielder. We talked about getting Mikel Merino or maybe Rodri or like some other central defensive midfielder, maybe Zubimendi, Gudio Rodriguez. You guys remember those stories, right? Because of Casado's emergence and because we know that Bernal is going to come back after the ACL injury, I don't think that Barcelona like no longer need to invest on another midfielder for the next 2 to 3 years because our central attacking midfield position is so covered. We have Pedri, we have Fermin Lopez, and we have Dani Olmo. We even have Gavi who can also play in that position. Gavi can play on the CDM position with Casado and Bernal. We're good. Like, we're gonna cook with these midfielders. It's just a matter of how good can our chemistry get with these group of players. So with Casado now being starting material, I no longer want to see Barcelona spending any money for any central defensive midfielder, and all of our funds should go towards an attacker. And so yeah, going back to the game, on the 56th minute, 2 minutes later, Balde makes a run down. After Frankie passes the ball into the air, Balde receives the ball down the left flank. He waits for Lewandowski to get into his position. Balde makes a cross into the box. Lewandowski beats Militao in the air and scores the second goal. Then came the 65th minute. Olmo comes in for Casado, right? Everybody had a round of applause for Casado. Even I saw some Madrid fans applauding Casado for his performance. So Dani Olmo came in and Pedri went back into the double pivot position with Frankie, and Dani Olmo was the number 10. On the 66th minute, Barcelona were so close on making it 3-0. Raphinha makes a cross to Lewandowski. Lewandowski misses. He hits the post, and Hansi Flick was like, bro, he made like 2 backflips or something like that. He was overreacting, kind of like Pep Guardiola does in the Premier League. But yeah, Barcelona were clearly not defending the 2-0. They wanted more. This was not Dortmund. Real Madrid also wanted a goal, but Barcelona said, okay, this is a good thing because the fact that Madrid are pushing for their 2-1 is going to leave open spaces for us at the back, and Barcelona loved that. They loved smelling the blood. They saw that Madrid were no longer committed to sit back at all. And then on the 68th minute, there was this beautiful play. I don't know if you guys remember, but Frankie, Olmo, and Raphinha made an amazing play, passing it back and forth. It was Frankie to Olmo, Olmo to Raphinha. Lamine Yamal eventually gets the ball. He drives the ball forward. He finds Lewandowski like Raphinha did, and Lewandowski unfortunately misses that opportunity, which was his second goal that he could have scored within a span of 2 minutes. He shoots the ball over the goal. It could have been, my friends, 4-0 before the 70th minute. On the 71st minute, Peña denies Kylian Mbappe, which was the second time because I believe that Peña saved our asses like 2 or 3 times. But Peña also had a great performance. Top goalkeeper, in my opinion. On the 77th minute, we saw Lamine Yamal score his goal, becoming the youngest ever player to score in a Clásico match at the age of 17 years old, 106 days. And then as soon as he scored that goal, he went straight to the Madrid fans and he said, calm down, I am here. And then he did the Vinicius celebration. I'm like, bro, you mocked Ronaldo and you just mocked Vinicius. That was really a moment there. And then came the 85th minute. To wrap it all up, Inigo Martinez makes a long ball straight to Raphinha, beats Lucas Vasquez on the ball, while Lucas Vasquez had the advantage and had the ball right in front of him. But Raphinha, because of his intensity, because of his aggressiveness, he was able to beat Lucas Vasquez in that run, gain possession of the ball. He chips the ball over Lunin, and it was a goal. And Barcelona were ready to celebrate. It was 4-0. It was a moment for all Barcelona fans. I remember Ancelotti, before this game started, he was speaking to the press and he said, yes, I have a plan for Real Madrid and to stop FC Barcelona. And I don't know what that plan was, but if it had anything to do with bending over and taking it from FC Barcelona, then he did a great job on implementing that plan. But that is it, right? That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.